Hello, Jordan.
Devin.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
Great to be back on the casting couch.
No.
No.
We're not doing that. No.
Not today.
Not ever.
Ever. What's up, guys? Unbearableboss, back at it again, and I am joined today with...
Got Mr. Devin. Whatever you want to call me.
Whatever he's feeling today. And today is the day we will be reviewing a game console from DKOldies. Now, to prove that I actually bought this with my own money, the link will be in the description of the buying process I got. I highly recommend checking it out. And
The audio is awful.
I know,
but it's okay.
I fixed it in other videos. I couldn't fix it in that one.
Okay, fair.
In OBS, I had it set up to where it's capturing my microphone on my headset, not my actual Samsung Meteor mic.
It happens.
Yep. And I traveled all the way to Oklahoma City for this video because
that's where I live.
Reasons.
That's where I live.
Yep. He was living in the same town as me, but he recently moved here for better opportunities.
Yes. Yes.
And he's actually going to be the star of today's show. You've opened up a game console or two.
I have. I've worked on a couple of different consoles in the past. Just really kind of doing like just repair for people. Not really like as a job. Just
more.
Hey, something's wrong with this. Do you think you could look at it? And, yeah, sure.
Side hobby-ish.
Yeah. It was kind of. I was building computers for friends and stuff to help them out because they didn't really know much about it, and I had done a computer course and worked on my own computer, and then I got into fixing consoles just kind of on the side.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Just I haven't done like an extensive deal in a while. It has been some time, but a lot of that knowledge is still there.
Yeah.
The useless knowledge.
But that's why he's the star of today's videos, because he actually has some experience opening, cleaning, and refurbishing consoles. So once we open this up, you can immediately point out what's right about it and what's wrong about it. For the most part.
For the most part, like if I see something, definitely standing out, I'll be able to point it out.
Yep.
Some things, really they hide really well on a main board, especially for consoles. But like if you have any like battery acid damage or anything, discoloring. Yeah. You can tell like if something's been resoldered, if there's any damage to strips, broken pens. Really, you can kind of sort of tell it. You just have to look pretty close. Yeah. I've got a trained eye. I don't really need a magnifying glass. It is helpful for your smaller parts, especially if you're trying to pinpoint something. But I've got a pretty good trained eye. Yeah. So. But you brought the box?
I did. And what we bought today, or what I bought today.
Good and heavy?
Yeah, it's something's in here, okay? It could be a box of rocks. It would not surprise me. Now, you've probably seen everybody on YouTube is talking about this company, DKOldies.
I've heard of it.
They're claiming that they are selling game consoles at a premium price. Like, that's not cheap. For refurbished, tested, and clean consoles. Okay. Now, to me, I do not mind. I will pay the extra $1 if I'm actually getting a refurbished console, because that means everything broken's been fixed. It's going to last a long time, and a lot of the work has been taken out. Especially if you're a collector. Like, what if you are collecting games and you want to be able to play these games and game consoles? Like, you want to make sure you're getting a good unit.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, if you honestly didn't care, you could go and buy from eBay, honestly.
That's fair. Which I would assume, if you want an old console and you don't want to do all the extra work to try and figure out what's wrong with it, if something is wrong with it, you'd want to get something that's refurbished. So yeah, and I mean, in theory, that sounds like a good company. Yeah. Because there's a lot of old, like I myself, I collect old games, old game consoles. I like the nostalgia. And
you did a video on your Sega Genesis.
I did, yeah. I just did that not too long ago. It's just a basic cleaning, nothing serious.
Yeah.
I will probably be doing my PlayStation 1 next because...
will that be like a deeper dive, a more refurbished, or is it just going to be some light cleaning?
Just light cleaning. There probably will be a little bit of a deeper dive because I noted the little button that you push to open the tray sticks. So I don't know what's causing that. If the spring maybe came loose or broke.
Someone dumps Coca-Cola on it?
No. No. If anyone gets close to my consoles with any water, I freak out.
He takes care of his consoles. Like, I've seen his personal collection. I don't know if that's something you would be comfortable showing in like future videos, but they are nice. He's a Sony fanboy. Okay, I'm an Xbox guy. I'm not biased. Okay, I own both sets of consoles. I don't own the latest and greatest, but I do own a PS3, which is my favorite game console. But bought a 360 because Microsoft is planning on shutting down the marketplace for the 360. We will not be talking about that in this video. That will be a different video, mainly because you tell us a story about your experience with the 360.
Man. So I bought a 360 and bought a couple of games to go with it. I was just kind of looking to expand past my PlayStation 2. And the PS3 was a little bit past my budget at the time.
Oh, $600 at the time.
Yeah, I think so. So I got the 360. I was having fun with it, but just I didn't like the feel of the controller. I didn't like the layout of the menu either. It was, I guess, maybe just the drastic shift from going from PlayStation to Xbox. It's just very different.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
That's understandable.
And there was the whole issue. I don't know how many people had this problem, but you had to get gold.
Xbox Live Gold.
To be able to even save your game.
That was the thing? It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, well, I've heard that, but yeah, like I tried to save my games and it wouldn't let me. It says, please upgrade to gold to be able to save your game. And I'm like, what?
You do need gold to save like your games online for transferring in between different consoles.
And so that may have been my mistake. Maybe that's what it was trying to do that, and I just didn't understand.
But if you bought like one of the OG Xbox 360s, they did not come with hard drive, so I think that was the problem you were running into.
No, I had a hard drive.
You bought a hard drive?
The clip-on at the top. Yep. No, I had one.
And still wouldn't let you save.
Still wouldn't let me save.
Microsoft, what were you thinking? You probably got yours in 2006, 2007. I got
somewhere in there, yeah.
I got my 360 in 2013. I showed you in the previous video. It's a limited edition R2D2 console that came with a controller that was chrome gold plated. That looked like C3PO. C3PO. I keep butchering his name. Don't hate me. I'm sorry.
You're close enough.
Disney ruined everything.
Well, okay, so basically, fast forward a couple of months, there was a PlayStation 3 deal going on at GameStop, so I was like, alright, yeah, I'm just going to go take this 360 and all the games I have and trade it in. See how much I get for all of it, and then I'll just pay the difference and get the PS3. Well, the PS3 came with Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, the movie, and I was like, sweet, that's a heck of a deal. So, yeah, I did that. I still have that console. It's actually sitting over there.
He still has it to this day, folks.
Yeah.
Just like I still have my Xbox 360. Unfortunately, let me tell you a story. My very first game console, real game console, was a PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And I played the living hell out of that. Alright? But guess what? This was when we were in San Antonio, Texas. Right? My dad couldn't find any work, so we were trying to move. We moved back to Wichita Falls before we came to move to Oklahoma. This was before we ever met, by the way. I was still a little shit. Still am, but... we hired a moving company because it was like a 6-hour drive from San Antonio, Texas to Oklahoma. Well, we couldn't do that on our own. The moving company actually stole a bunch of our stuff, including my PlayStation 2.
Oh, man.
And it's still, even the original memory cards that had all my saves, because my game on that console was ATV, adventures, those four-wheeler and
Yeah,
dirt bike games. That is what me and my dad played all the time, and it was a really great DVD player. I see why Sony marketed as the cheapest DVD player at the time.
Yeah.
They tried doing that the same way with the PS3, the cheapest Blu-ray player you could get at the time. But believe it or not, it actually cost $800 to make the console, and they were selling it at $600. So they were losing $200 every console they sold.
Just wild.
And I think they did that with the PlayStation 1 to compete with the Nintendo 64.
I mean, that would make sense. I've seen a lot of the stories regarding like what happened there with Sony and Nintendo.
They actually made the PlayStation 1 out of spite because they were so butthurt about the deal they had with Nintendo.
Falling through and all of that. Yep, I can see.
I'm going to open up, so just move out of the way. We're opening up this first.
We're going to open up the box first?
Yep. And if you guys can see right here, that is an official DKOldies stamp. Okay. If you look very closely, it is from DKOldies.com. So, I did buy this, okay? This is not fake, okay? I got receipts.
And I did that. I marked out his information.
Yeah, he wanted to share it with y'all, but...
Yeah, but he wasn't having it. That's fine. So...
Signature 3, they always do this on their boxes. 3 things of tape.
Ah, okay.
So, alright,
let's take your pick.
I'm feeling pretty Spider-Man about this.
Okay, alright.
It says love on it. I bet that's what, what was it? Andrew Garfield was feeling after Gwen's death scene.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Cut away from yourself and others.
Yeah, be very careful when handling sharp objects.
I am gloving up for this.
Are you? Okay.
We don't know what's in here.
That's fair.
Okay, this could be an Xbox or it could be a $10 Walmart homemade pipe bomb.
Yeah, I mean...
Last thing you want is your fingerprints on it when we call the bomb squad here.
Oh, just kidding.
Glove that. Alright. Oh God! No! It's horrible! It's packing.
Oops, all packing peanuts.
Alright, let's find out what this is. Wireless. Oh.
I got a controller, okay.
No. Okay, the salvageable. Okay. One of the biggest complaints about this right here, is that they come with third-party controllers.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if it's that big of a deal on the 360, but on the PS3, I did not know this. Third-party controllers will not work for PS1 or PS2 games. They have to be official by Sony.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to get a new PS3 controller. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it comes... Hold on. It comes with the Wi-Fi adapter. I don't know if this is official by Microsoft, but you plug this in your computer and you can use a 360 controller wirelessly. Oh my gosh, that is cool. Okay, DKOldies off to a good start, honestly.
That's pretty neat.
And this does look like... Wait a minute. No, it's worse than I thought. Oh God.
I don't know anything about that. It just looks like
this is one of them shitty fake Chinese third-party controllers. It's made to look like an official controller, but look how they took out the Xbox logo, and it feels so light.
Oh wow, that is really lightweight. I remember holding a 360 controller. That is.
I did come prepared. I did bring my personal Xbox 360 controller by Afterglow. Yes, it is technically a third-party controller, but it feels way nicer, and it's even licensed by Microsoft. Like, you can feel the difference. Like, that's a wired controller, and it's heavier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Not off to a good start.
This? Sure. This?
Okay, this was the sign, okay? Wireless controller. Okay, maybe they just put it in this box, okay? Oh, no. It's even worse than I thought. A third-party power brick.
That's okay.
I've heard bad things.
Oh, well, okay.
From Jacob's art video, this is what it came with. And it has a built-in fan to it, and it actually started smelling like it was smoking when using it.
Okay.
So if this is absolute crap, I'm going to have to hunt down a third-party a first-party option now. What?
I know where we can get one if we absolutely have to.
Yeah. I'm about to shout out my favorite game store because of this. I know after the end of the video, I'm going to. All right, there's another one. Oh, that is the thinnest.
HDMI.
That is the thinnest HDMI cable I have ever seen.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Like my others are as thick as my finger almost. It's not even gold plated, man.
It's fine.
All right, it comes with. All right, it doesn't. Okay, this has no private information on it, mainly. Yeah, this is the FedEx invoice. Well, thank.
So we've got Xbox 360 standard, 120 gigabyte.
What is this?
Player pack, black. Good condition system. Good condition. What does that mean?
It can mean anything from this company. Here is
the system.
I think that's everything.
Packing peanuts in there.
Move the box out the way.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep that. I don't need the dogs eating it.
They like peanuts. All right. Alrighty. And I found out what that thing was for. Alright, this video is off to a very, very bad start. I paid for a good condition console because there is an option to buy a cosmetically flawed system.
Okay. I can see some scuffs.
And a good condition system. No. They gave me the USB cover door for a white Xbox, and at the bottom here, the faceplate is actually cracked. Oh, that's... Look at that! Oh my god! What is that? Look at that shit!
Yeah, there's... I don't know what that is exactly.
Ew.
Some kind of dirt of some sort.
It looks gross.
Hasn't even been cleaned. And it goes all the way around.
Oh, look. Like I was talking about the shitty cleaning product. Look, you could see your fingers all over. That's not even your fingers.
No, I think it was because I was holding it there. You can see.
Ah.
Right there. It might just be moisture.
Wait, did you hear that?
Something's rattling around.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, you can definitely see some scuffs. Which, I mean, to be fair, that is not refurbishable. There is a... I talked about this in my Sega video. There's a product that you can buy that kind of gives older plastics kind of a newer look. I've heard it's not worth it though, so take that for what it's worth. But that, yeah.
I'm not happy about that. Like, you can even tell right there, it's cracked.
Yeah.
To be fair, the faceplates about this console was made so popular is the faceplates were actually
right there. You can see it.
Like, there's some sort of yellow residue on the bottom of it too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what hit it or. Yeah, I just now noticed this. Like, look on the top of the console, you can see dust in the vents where the driver's supposed to be.
So let's pop this bad boy out.
I'm degloving for this. It's getting serious now. Gotta take these gloves off so I can do something. Now this should... Okay, that is good. That is an official Microsoft hard drive.
Yep. Official hard drive. Now, not taking this apart. But we will clean that. We will definitely clean that.
Hard drive we won't take apart. I do have a plan for this in the near future. And there it is. Their sticker, their seal of approval.
You see that? As well, there's a little bit of gapping. That's really not that big of a deal, but
yeah,
it might just be misaligned on the inside.
Look, I can peel this off. Look, their official warranty sticker. That means absolutely nothing. See, this is their stamp of quality. Okay, it's a stamp of trash. Okay, the ports don't look damaged. That is good.
Yeah, the ports look fine to the best of just a quick inspection, and they do look clean. They do look clean.
But yeah, you can see a light layer of dust over the fans.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what.
I will say it does have the rubber. Okay, a lot of the ones I see are missing the rubber, so that is goodish. But that what is that rattling?
I don't know. Maybe a fan? But I tell you what, the best thing that we could do is plug it in, see if it even comes on. Go ahead and put the HDD on there. And let me shuffle it down.
Alright, firing up for the first time the DKOldies Xbox 360.
Oh, we got a green light. That's a plus.
It sounds normal.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's swap on over. Whoops. There we go. Well.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Coming on.
English, United States.
No.
No, I'm not trusting this with my account yet. Connect later. Go play. Alright, so here it is. Let's go to System. Console settings. I want to know what's about system info. I don't know if that's any importance, but alright. I did buy another product which we are going to open. Want to take in the camera?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alright. I did buy the wireless network adapter too. The funny thing about it is I paid $30 extra to make sure it got here at the same time the console did. So, and this did not have an option for it being like in good condition or clean or anything. So, I'm not really worried about it. I did order a black one, particularly. Another invoice. Alright, and here's what it looks like. If I can open it.
And that is the Wi-Fi adapter?
Yep.
Okay.
So, theoretically, if I just plug this in, this should just start working.
So now, the original 360 didn't have that. But wouldn't this one being an older one, would this not automatically have a Wi-Fi capability?
Well, that's the thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
If I can get it plugged in. Is this version of the console and the white one, you had to buy these adapters for it. The white ones came with a white one with one antenna, and then when this came out, it came with a black one with two.
Okay.
So, if I plug this in... should just work. Scanning for wireless networks.
So here's the thing.
No.
I'll have to,
It works.
Cool.
Let's hold off on connecting it to the internet.
Okay, I was going to say, I'll have to, we have a private network, so I'd have to go in and individually do it.
So the wireless network adapter does work, so that is good. And a lot cleaner than the console.
So let's go ahead and...
pop in a game.
Yeah. I was going to say, you might want to try it through there, but it does look like it is registering that it's opening and closing, so that's good.
I did bring 2 games, because all Xbox 360s are backwards compatible to a point with original Xbox games. So I brought one of my favorites, Forza Motorsport, the original one, And then for our 360 title, we went with the Elder Scrolls Game of the Year Edition Oblivion because it has downloadable content, and we want to make sure it can also download from the disc too. So at first, let's pop in the original Xbox game first, and it is clean.
Yeah. Those side trays always make me nervous. I like putting my consoles vertical.
Now, if I was to move this and shake this around...
Oh.
What?
How do I zoom in here?
Oops.
I don't know your camera.
Been detected. Do you want to configure it now? I mean, this could be an update issue. Because I do know the original Forza Motorsport is backwards compatible.
Okay.
Alright, so...
Hold off on that one.
We'll come back and test that one. Alright, so... It did read the game. My personal copy of Oblivion. It's not very hot.
Okay.
That's either a good thing or a bad thing.
That should be a good thing if it's not extruding a lot of heat. Granted, it hasn't been running for very long, and it's also just basically the operator. That's kind of loud.
That does not sound good.
Well, it's definitely reading the disc, so...
Just gonna create a quiet profile. Player 1. Going to new. I don't know if, I've never owned one of these, so I don't know if this is how loud it's supposed to sound. It sounds fine now, but that DVD drive does sound a little...
It's...
questionable.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't think it's too out of the ordinary. It definitely doesn't sound like the PS4 jet engine takeoff.
Yep.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years...
Looking good for 87.
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of...
Well, I would say that it's not having any problem with the cinematic parts.
Seen the gates
At least
Reading
Oblivion.
cutscenes.
Yeah.
Waking eye may see.
Whoops.
Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land.
Okay. So let's go ahead and skip the cutscene here.
Just gonna go done. What's the name gonna be?
How about Dingo? D-I-N-G-O. Or just D.
It's running very well.
Yeah, it seems like it does look like it's running pretty smoothly. A little bit of stuttering, but you know, that's older console.
The Imperial Prison. I guess they don't play favorites, Father. Your own kinsmen think you're a piece
Alright.
of human.
So you said you have an additional content?
I do, so we're gonna test that out.
Okay. You might want to... Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna stop it.
Okay.
No, I don't want to configure the wireless. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's scratched my game. So, I was worried about that when I was making my sound. On that sound. Now, this came with disc 2, which is downloadable content. I want to make sure it's able to read the disc and then download from the disc. Which is something I don't think anyone's tested out yet.
I'd imagine it's going to be just fine. Since it didn't have any issues with the gameplay itself.
Okay, so that power supply does have, yes, update. Might as well do that. Install pack. Yes, install selected.
That guy needs to put on some clothes. He's gonna get cold in the Shivering Isles.
He looks like he's ready for the gates of oblivion.
Straight out of.
We'll be right back once it's done. It's almost done, folks. We're on the second part now. Finished. Alright, so now we're going to go into storage and we are going to make sure it actually downloaded it. Okay, the drive does sound healthy. I don't know why I was making that sound. Oh, so we got a system. We go to storage. It's showing we have 105 gigabytes free. Alright. Alright, so I did download Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles. Sweet. But 105 gigs. I don't know.
Well, you have to consider your profile takes up space.
Yeah.
You have pretty much everything that your system, which system's not huge.
Yeah.
If you go back to storage, it'll show you where the majority of your space is being taken up. So games and apps.
We got a 1.2 gigabytes already.
Yeah.
For Oblivion, and then we got the profile.
And it could be sparsed. Basically, you're gonna have like a float missing from the hard drive.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Content cache created 11/22/2005.
Interesting.
At specifically 12 p.m. I doubt the console's that old. 2005 is when it came out.
This console may not be that old. The hard drive might be.
They could have opened up the whole thing and put in like an older hard drive, but I don't know. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, but it does work. Power supply is making noises. There's not a lot of heat coming out of the console, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. So.
And the air intake, I can feel it. Feels good. There's really no excess heat that I can feel. Really, to be honest, aside from the third-party accessories.
Right there where there's supposed to be the headset port, it says made in China on it. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, no. It is.
It does.
Yeah, no, aside from the third-party accessories, the free-floating bay door that was in the box that doesn't actually even match, and the
broken faceplate.
Yeah, the little crack there, which is, I mean, it's not terrible, but at the same time, it's kind of like, eh. And then, of course, the dirt.
There is some cosmetic wear. I mean, that console's old enough, but I will be properly cleaning this, and if it does come off, like a lot of the stuff we're seeing, that means they didn't even wipe the outside of it. I mean, it already looks like they didn't wipe the outside of it because of whatever that is on the side of the drive. Like you said, it could have been a different drive from a different console.
Absolutely. It definitely could have been.
It could be an accident.
Could be.
Okay.
Benefit of the doubt, it could be an accident.
Okay, I mean, this is, yeah.
That is not an accident.
No.
That is straight out of China.
Yeah.
Which, nothing against China.
Everything against China.
But I've heard really bad things about the third-party controllers.
And I'm only concerned about this is because of Jay Kapar's video about these. So, yeah. All right. Let's find out.
Tell you what, let me look at this really quick. So, I don't smell anything out of the ordinary.
You can feel the fan in there.
Yeah, I can definitely feel it. it's a little warm, so it's not like hot to the touch, but just a little bit of warm, which is normal for a power supply deal. I don't smell anything out of the ordinary.
Alright, so let's get her turned off and let's open it. Start with the hard drive.
Okay. Pop it on.
Hard. Probably next would be the faceplate.
Okay.
Should just pop off. Ow, very roughly. And the warranty sticker is destroyed actually.
Yeah, there ain't much on there.
It doesn't look like they opened it, but it looks like yeah. Okay.
Show that on camera there.
Right there.
Lift it up so you're not moving the work mat.
Yeah, the warranty sticker doesn't look like it's been broke, but it does look like it's destroyed over time. Well, so much for saving a warranty sticker.
Okay.
The outside of the faceplate is a little dirty. Could be worse. Nice to see that the doors function how they're supposed to be. Sync button's working. Oh, everything is working how it's supposed to in here. That side.
So, what's next?
Next, we're going to want to pop off these. Oh.
It is already a little loose, yeah.
I'm trying to make sure. Okay, doesn't
Don't
look like they're broken. So, borrow this handy dandy tool set from a company we're not going to talk about. Need just gonna use this because it is small. So, all right. Let's see. Alright, there's one. There's two. And there's three. Flip it right here. Do the same thing again.
There we go.
And, yeah, one of the clips is broken.
That would be why it's loose.
Yeah.
Now, is it stuck up in there? Or is it just broken off?
That could be the piece we were rattling in there. Alright, we want to do the same thing to the other side. Is it hard to see in there?
You need a flashlight.
Maybe.
Okay.
We got it off. That was a struggle and a half.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on there. I do got a little bit of...
Yeah.
Since we weren't recording, we're not going to blame this on anyone. It very well could have been us.
Yeah. That's fine. We can get replacement parts.
Yeah.
They're cheap.
I will say, the first plate we took off, there's
A whole tab of it's missing. Or
yeah.
two of them.
So these are the ones that we took off while recording. So this one's broke, and this part is broke. There's also some very clear dirt on there. So
very gently, we are going to take off the back of it now, which we'll actually need this because they're very small. Alright, so there's a bunch of pins. It is difficult. I'm sorry.
lift it up.
Alright, I'm gonna need your help with this, alright?
Okay. What do you need me to do?
Hold these two pieces apart, because there's 6 individual clips. Alright. They do make a tool for this.
Yeah.
I do wish I would have gotten.
Does it look like it's coming?
Yeah, slowly but surely. The first one don't want to go. Oh. Where'd that flashlight go? Alright, after some trial and error, us not knowing what to do, we got it off. And I don't know if you could tell, but there is layer dust.
Yeah, there's definitely some dust accumulation. There should not be that much after us running it for just a few minutes.
So now we're going to need a Torx 10, which you do have. For these.
Make sure you put this back where it was, please. With that note, I'm getting a drink.
Alright, we want to make sure we take out the long silver screws. Sorry it's taking us a long time to get this thing open. I'm not a professional, and he's never opened up an Xbox. Now, this is a PlayStation 3.
PS3, I had no problem getting that bad boy open. I even got my PS4 open within like 10 minutes, maybe.
Unfortunately, I will be ordering a new shell from this because I do want it pristine. But like these, a couple of the clips were already broken. Not from us trying to take it off. I mean, we did break one.
Yeah, we did break one.
But there were several that are already broken. So I'm guessing it was opened at some point. It just wasn't. I'm assuming it wasn't by DKOldies. We'll find out. Because I paid for a good condition console and it was cosmetically flawed. missing a door. I mean, yeah, it's the faceplate. It's interswappable, okay? But if that's the case, why didn't y'all guys do that already? And the last one, and it should be able to pop up.
There we go. So, just give that a quick inspection. It doesn't look bad.
It doesn't look bad. There is some signs, like right here, especially close to the vent holes, you can see, look at that.
A little bit of dust.
Dust.
I'd definitely say on the inside you can see there's evidence of dust accumulation. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned.
I had to take this button off. I want to clean the button
Carefully
too.
now.
Carefully. Careful. I do know this just, there you go. It pops off.
Okay.
Power button. All I want to do.
That has been severed.
Yeah.
So it has been opened.
Yeah, it's not liking the look of this. There's definitely some dust here. Go ahead and...
Dust is not, whoops, excuse me. Dust isn't really too much of an issue. I will say if you were going to say that it comes clean and it's not, that's a little disrespectful.
At $250, it damn well is disrespectful. Okay, we got the DVD-ROM drive out, no problem.
Legs look okay. Doesn't look like anything's broke or bent.
Yeah,
Really, it's not all that bad.
we'll open it up later and inspect it. Alright, let's take this out. Don't fight me here. Okay. Running into
Another plastic clip.
plastic clips are my nightmare. Probably would have helped if we used a bigger one.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For starters, that's filthy. Alright. But if we look at the fans here, right here,
That's quite a bit of dirt on there.
that is quite a bit. Alright, so. Alright, let's go ahead and get the motherboard out. Gently.
Well, before you do that, let me give it a quick look.
Give it a glance. Do you see any like swollen caps or anything, or is it just for the most part dirty?
Everything looks, well, so far, looks really good. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the board looks really, really good. It is a little dusty, not like heavy.
We were worried about there was a good chance there would have been nicotine dust in there. It does not look like the case. There is dust in there, but it's not nicotine.
Yeah, you can tell on your cooling fan, there's a good layer of dust. It's probably not super visible, but
I'm trying to. I can't.
it is there.
I can't find what was making that rattling noise.
I think it's underneath the main board.
Underneath. Let's go ahead and get the fans out. Oh, look at that. You see that?
Mm.
Alright. Got the fan out. Now, that fan has not even been touched. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not making a noise. I better not shake that.
It's not getting dust everywhere.
Alright. Now, we'll take out the board, and then we'll take out, or better yet, before we take off the board, should we take off the CPU heat sinks? Or should we take out the board first?
I would say take out the board first. If you have to take off the heat sinks after you get the board on.
We don't have to. I was just saying for making it easier. Right. Keeping our screws separate so we don't forget.
I actually have a really good tool for this.
You do.
It's slightly better than what you're using now. So I'll go grab that really quick. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, Dad. No, hey, calm down. No,
Hey,
no.
look,
I
it's
know
fine.
you don't. I know you don't like Xbox. We don't have to do it like
It's fine. This will work.
I'm going faster. I'm going faster.
Yeah, you do that.
Yes, Dad.
You have 5 seconds.
Wait.
1, 2, 3.
Wait. You gotta
4.
count in Arabic.
I give up.
Thank God. Thank God of lack of education. Oh, the camera angle's good. I can't see it. I think that's everything. I forgot to take off the... I need a smaller one. That's too small. Oh, need to go smaller. Alright, there we go. I will say it wasn't, other than those plastic clips, it's pretty easy to open.
Yeah, I was gonna say the shell clips were definitely the hard part.
Yeah. Right. Calm down. Alright. You think Xbox will still warranty this?
No. You almost broke something very important.
Almost ruined the entire thing.
So, any of your main board stuff, I would put on. Yeah. Yeah.
So now. Oh yeah, we gotta take off these now, which is for our heatsink. Now, to find out if they really did any refurbished work, they would have replaced the thermal compound.
Yes.
I mean, it's dusty. It doesn't look like it's been refurbished at all. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt here. They didn't. This is a scam. Not just to big YouTubers, but to everybody in general.
There's a reason I got out of it.
I see why. Fuck. Camera stop for a moment, but look, that's a whole dust bunny. We get to keep that. Now we gotta remove the X-Wing clamps.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the board here. There's a...
Oh. Like, look at that. It's everywhere.
Yeah. So, a little bit of dust. Not sure what's going on with that there.
Alright.
If you want to get a picture of that.
I hope you can see it on camera, the amount of dust that's like over here, here, and right there. It's crazy. Alright, so gently taking it off. Oh, excuse me.
Gently.
I'm trying.
Extra gently.
I'm trying to be gentle, Dad, I promise. Ooh, even that's dusty. Look at that.
Yeah, a little bit. Again, it's not that bad. I have seen much worse. But if you're buying something that says it's refurbished and you get it and it's very, very dusty, yeah, I don't know.
Alright, last X clamp. That one's a little cleaner.
Yep. You might want to move your other little chip.
Yeah.
You just set on top. Yeah, there, that goes. That works.
Alright, the moment of truth. Oh, that is bad. That look replaced. Oh man, that is dried out. That's been there forever.
This isn't terrible.
Obviously not replaced though.
I don't. If it was. It was quite a while ago. So, like, you can see, I can get a good little clump coming out. So it's not flaking.
Yeah, but this hole right here, like where it's squared off, there's no way to get that perfect.
Here's my concern. I can see this sitting over there. You see that?
Yeah.
That's not good. That should not be leaked out onto the main board. That would be my concern. Let's see if we can get that. Right there. You have to be careful how much you put on.
I think it's safe to assume that this thing was never opened.
Again, if it was probably a while ago.
I mean, if it was refurbished, think about it. The faceplate would have been replaced. The fans, come on. Even if this thing was open and refurbished and just sitting somewhere, there's no way it could have built up this much dust just sitting.
I would hope not.
Okay, this thing would have to have been on for a very long time in order to create this environment. Not to mention, some of the clips are already broken. And even right here, like, how do you miss a dust bunny at the bottom of this? Okay, and they would have to take the motherboard out of here to be able to replace the thermal compound.
Well, not necessarily. You would just have to take the...
You can't take the X clamps off without taking the motherboard out.
Oh, that's fair. No, you're right. That's a fair point.
So, I think it's safe to assume is DKOldies a scam. Yes, it is a goddamn scam.
I'd cut the language, but you know.
I'm gonna bleep it out.
Okay.
Joey from DKOldies, if you're watching this, I spent $250 total, and this is what you give me: a console that's specifically cosmetically flawed. I paid for a console that was not cosmetically flawed. I spent the extra $70 for that. You guys didn't open this, all right? I know the company's been around for, I think, 19 years, all right? But either way, if it was replaced in the last few years, it would not, I feel like it would not be like this. It is gooey, so the thermal compound is...
I wouldn't say it's original, but again, it is not recent.
Not recent. Not in the last, 5 years? Safe to assume.
Give or take.
And honestly, plus, with how perfectly squared off this is, I do think it is possibly original. With how squared it off is. Because even if you put a little bit of a dab, it would have spread outside. In no way this could have been a perfect square unless this was applied on by the factory.
I mean, it is possible. It's odd that it would still retain that consistency, not be super dry and flaky. When I've replaced CPU parts on older computers, it tends to be very flaky. There is no goopy consistency. Clay-like, I guess would be a good way to put it. Granted, that was a long time ago. So thermal paste has come a long way since then. It is very possible that it could be original. I'm not going to say it is. I'm not going to say it isn't.
It probably was replaced, but problem is there's no way DKOldies did this. There's no way. Even if this thermal compound was, let's say, a couple years old, the console would not have been running. There was no way for that thermal compound to heat up or even have the potential to dry up. And that doesn't explain all the dust and the broken bits and everything else.
Well, not necessarily, no. If I was going to refurbish something fully, I'd want to make sure it's incredibly clean. I'd want to make sure I don't have any broken pieces. The scuffing, that is something that is difficult to get around.
There's nothing you can deal without.
Yeah.
You either replace the entire shell or clean it up the best you could.
Yeah.
Which they obviously should have replaced the entire shell.
It did get a wipe. I could tell it did get a wipe. However, around the hard drive, that's dirty. We're going to clean it, but that is dirty. The main board, I can see from here, has dust on it.
It's noticeable.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but especially right here.
Oh yeah, right at the chip here.
Yeah, like look right here. Look at this. See that?
Yeah. So, and again, with the few minutes that we ran it there's no way it would have accumulated that much. It's not even dusty in here.
Okay.
So,
like we could make the excuse if we were doing this at my house because I'm in the middle of the country. Like that's a dusty environment.
yes.
My road is gravel. Right? This is an apartment in the city, and you guys keep it very clean, stupid clean. Like you're like germaphobes. All right.
No, but also kind of.
It's okay. No one's here to hurt you. This ain't an intervention. This probably scares you, okay?
No.
But with what knowledge you have of this, was this opened and refurbished?
I'm gonna say probably not.
It probably was opened at some point. It just probably wasn't by DKOldies.
So what kind of got me is the fact that the seal,
Yeah.
the original seal, was still in. It was coming apart, sure, but it was intact enough when we went to go peel the front part.
It teared.
It tore. So it didn't seem as if it. But there are ways to remove those stickers and put them back on.
Yeah.
So, not a guarantee that it hadn't been. With this is not actually part to go into this part. So this isn't really an indicator whether or not the rest of the case had been opened. It just means that this at some point had come off.
Yeah.
And those two clips broke.
Not to mention, like this, not so much, but you can see the layer of dust that's just caked right there in those tiny holes. Like you can see it.
Yeah, it's definitely got some.
It's even left a residue on your mat.
No, that's that is from my Sega cleaning.
Are you sure? I'm rubbing it off.
That is from my Sega cleaning. I did not clean this beforehand.
I will say the
So
inside
that's
of
my
your.
fault.
I will say the inside of your Sega probably is cleaner than this.
Beautiful. It was so clean, but it was in storage for 15 years. So.
Okay, that also proves the point. That Sega Genesis was never opened and in storage for 15 years, and it looks cleaner than this supposedly refurbished game console.
Yeah.
So I think it's assumed that
I'm not gonna say one way or another, but I don't trust the fact that they claimed it was refurbished. I don't trust that fact. I'm not going to say that they did or they didn't. I'm not in the game of skeptics or the assumptions. I don't want to play that game.
Yeah.
But if I got this and I opened this up, I wouldn't think it had been.
Yeah.
I don't get mad about stuff like this
It's
because
just-
I can do it myself if I absolutely need something done. I would feel ripped off.
Yeah.
But that being said, it is what it is.
Yep.
So
It wouldn't be a problem if they were just if this was sold as a used game console. I'd be happy with this because this is what you expect from a used game console. Not a refurbished game console that they're charging $100 more than what the console itself is actually worth.
Yeah.
So
I've seen consoles in much worse condition, so I'll give them that. I have seen some very poorly maintained consoles. I dealt mostly with like PS2s, PS1s, so they're a lot easier to take apart. There's a little bit less to actually have to deal with.
less scary.
Yeah. But when you consider how old those consoles are, go back 10 years when I was actually doing this stuff, you had probably 15, 20 years worth of accumulation of nobody had cleaned it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of dust. It's a lot of dirt. A lot of nicotine. So, yeah. All in all, I would say it's not that bad. It could be a lot worse.
Oh yeah, I've seen worse.
So,
But safe to assume this console was not opened up and it was not refurbished. And if it was refurbished, it was half-assed. Right? Like, if you're going to claim something's refurbished, anything is broken is fixed. Like the broken clamps right here on these plastic pieces. Alright, look, even there's a damn dust bunny. I still can't get up. How? It's under the motherboard. See, that's for you. Overall, I do regret my purchase. I do regret giving them money. The allegations about the company, after seeing this, I believe them. They're all true. It's not just a publicity stunt, as I previously thought. They're genuinely screwing anybody over that's paying money for them. Like, if you were going to refurbish a console, this would not be it. Like, piece to be fixed, the whole thing would be clean. And even before mailing it out, they should have opened it up and made sure everything looked right before sending it off. Like, even like if you had like a warehouse full of these and somebody bought one, you take that one, you should open up, alright, everything looks good, it's clean, thermal compound is still good, alright, close it up, we'll send it out. Hey, okay. They obviously didn't do that. If it was refurbished, I don't think it was. Okay, like, that is being gentle with the motherboard here. Nothing about this looks right. This does not scream refurbished. And even on the other side, you can even see where dust has built up over time in certain parts of the chips.
It's hard to see on the camera. It doesn't really translate.
But you can see them, like even wavy lines.
Yeah.
Like that had been there for a long time.
But yeah.
But
It left. I was gonna say it left a residue on the back of my work mat there. So.
yeah, the work mat was clean when we started too.
Except for that spot, yes.
This side where we have most stuff, good. That side where I got the plastic pieces off, not really. But overall, yeah. I think it's safe to assume that DKOldies is a scam and what they're doing is wrong. Do not go to DKOldies and harass them and everything else.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it is a company, okay? But if you are a paying customer and you bought something and you're not happy with your purchase, you do have the right to complain. They sold this to me claiming it was refurbished, and it's not.
Yeah.
I will say the motherboard is in good condition for what it is. It could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse.
Like a Rich from Review Tech USA, not an Xbox 360, but an original Xbox. The DVD drive didn't even work properly, and a lot of the caps are swollen.
Yeah, that's not good.
So the caps right here, they look healthy. They're not swollen.
I don't see any evidence of like corrosion.
There's no leakage on the motherboard. It's just filthy.
Yeah. And that's easy clean. It really isn't that hard to clean that. There might be a few little spots that it's thicker, but it's not that difficult. So I do actually have some thermal paste. So we can try to clean that off and get you some new thermal paste on there.
We ourselves are going to refurbish this.
Oh, okay, all right.
How DKOldies should have done this.
Okay. Well, for what we have available to do, it's mainly just going to be a good cleaning. Yeah. Now, if you wanted to replace the parts,
this will not be in this video, unfortunately, because I don't have the parts relevant or available. But this whole outer shell of the console, everything, I will be replacing. Because this is broken. Okay, we broke one tab off of this one, and we didn't even break any tabs off this one.
That one was already broke.
Yeah. Alright. This was already broken out of the box, and one of these clips was already broken. We broke the one on the bottom, but the one right here in the middle is missing half of it. Alright. And then the faceplate right here, like, the USB cover's gone. Even the back right here, you can tell it's broken. Especially right... Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's caked on there.
Yeah.
Okay, I am great to see that the memory card doors are still working, because a lot of times they will break. And the bottom of the faceplate is cracked. And I would give DKOldies the benefit of the doubt when they could have done this themselves. Like, that was Xbox marketing with these style of game consoles, that you could replace the faceplates for. Like, there was a Mass Effect one, there was a Final Fantasy one, there was even a E3 launch faceplate.
Yeah.
Like, these are meant to be swapped out, and you didn't even do that. You just gave me one that's cracked on the bottom, and the door is missing.
And it's got a big old scratch across it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not scratch, but it's a scuff. You can see it right across there.
Looked like somebody ripped their name off, and they just tried washing it off, honestly. But...
Well, man.
I regret my purchase. The guy in the comment was right. To you, Bailey, I forget the rest of your name. I'll put your name in, because he actually commented on my video.
Oh, okay.
That he said that after everything he's seen from Jacob R. and Review Tech USA, that it was a scam. And I explained why I was doing this, because we're nobodies on YouTube, okay? We are in the void of irrelevance.
Me especially.
Alright, so if DKOldies was a scam, and this wasn't a big publicity stunt, this is the way to find out. And I think it's safe to assume that it is a scam. Nothing about this screams refurbished.
I would say if it's not a scam, it is a very, very poorly run business model.
Yeah. And the warrant, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in Jacob's R video, when he opened up his PS3, he took off the warranty sticker and then he emailed wanting a refurbished one. And they said because they removed the sticker, they weren't supposed to do that, but they were going to go ahead and do that. Which is illegal, by the way. The United States... Shut up. The United States of America does not recognize that as a form of breaking a warranty.
Because it's not the original warranty. It's just a third-party warranty that is sold with the refurbished.
But nowadays, with modern technology and stuff, like if you remove a warranty sticker, that company is legally obliged to give you that warranty even if you remove the sticker or the seals or not.
From my understanding, yeah.
So that's illegal, alright, what they're trying to pass off. But it's weird because Jacob R., they were told because he removed the sticker they weren't supposed to do it, but they went ahead and did it. But then there are others that are saying that they still replace it even voiding the warranty sticker, so they don't even know their own business model, what it feels like. There is no communication, is what it sounded like. But for what I paid for and what I should have received, I did not receive what I paid for. And by that term alone, I'm going to say, yes, DKOldies is a scam. Joey, I know you're just the marketing guy and you're in charge of the online stuff and trying to get the message out there. But how can you be okay with this? Like, honestly. Like, people are paying way more than what this thing is actually worth. Like, you can find this console right now on eBay with a bunch of games and original cables and original controllers for $100 or even sometimes less.
Yeah. I was going to say, I saw a few at the store the other day for around $139, and it came with 3 to 5 games. They had a couple different ones, which really that's not too bad for a 360. But for, what'd you say, $250?
I spent $200 on the console.
Okay.
I spent $20 on the adapter.
Okay.
But, which is weird, was the adapter was supposed to get here Monday. And I bought it the same day too, within the hour.
Okay.
I had to spend $30 extra just to make sure it got here the same day the console did.
For shipping.
Yeah. And they made it clear. I'm not mad with this. This is perfect. This is what I paid for. They didn't claim it was refurbished. They didn't claim it was in good condition. It just claimed it worked.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dirty. It's filthy. You can see where dust has caked in over time. But I'm not mad because that's what I paid for. Okay? The only good experience I got out of this was the shipping.
Yeah, I was going to say you got a few things early.
FedEx, thank you. Okay, I will always choose you. UPS, I'm not going to talk. If you want to know why I dislike UPS, I'll put a video in the description of my PlayStation 3 video. You saw that and you were devastated.
Yeah, I would. If it was me, I'd be doing some visits with them in person to recoup the money because, well, they broke your PlayStation.
I paid $400 for that.
All right, well, let's get to this.
So,
get this cleaned up.
Before we start, should we do the refurbishing its own video, or should we include it in this video?
That's up to you. This is your deal.
Wow. I'm just going to cut this out then. If you want to see us properly refurbish this console and do something DKOldies should have done, we're going to... You know what? We're going to do something better. Alright? This video of me opening the console and getting our initial reaction well on my channel. And if you want to see how this console should have been properly refurbished, the link to that video will be in the description and will be posted on Devin's channel.
That'll work.
He will get an exclusive video because he has experience with this. It was a little hard because he's never opened up any Xbox consoles.
That's except for an original Xbox. I've never opened up a 360.
But that's easy, like because it's basically a computer in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. If you want to see what DKOldies should have done to my Xbox 360 Elite, because I have big plans for this. This is not the last time you'll see this console. All right, I will milk this thing dry. I gotta get some. I lost $250. I gotta get something back out of it.
It works.
That's the only good thing.
We'll give it that. It works.
I could have spent $130 on eBay and got a refurbished console. eBay offers refurbishing.
Yeah.
And they're
that's
a
true.
massive corporate entity, too.
You know, there's a company here that they actually closed down.
I did not realize this. Look. Right there where it's supposed to screw in is broke. It's cracked.
Huh. Yeah, the plastic is split.
You know what? We're not going to look at this thing any longer because it's not... this ain't helping you guys.
The rage in him is going to take over.
It just... Because not only did I spend $250 on this, I'm going to have to spend more money to get a brand new shell. But this shell's worthless. Alright? It's broken. Even the screw hole's broken. Like I could put... I'm going to have to put this back together so the motherboard isn't exposed.
Right.
But, yeah. I will do another video. Maybe we'll come back and shoot it here.
Okay.
But I'm buying a new shell.
Would you prefer if we rented a boat and did the refurbishing video on a boat? No? Okay. It's just an idea.
Next video, we're going to the coast of Mexico. Yep. We're gonna properly put this back together in a giant body of salt water. What could possibly go wrong?
That'd be fine.
Salt water and electronics mixes very well.
Perfect. Yeah, but no, for sure, we'll take care of it.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this disappointing video and me losing $250, I really did not want to believe anybody because I have not found a company. All right, there's got to be a company out there where you can buy refurbished game consoles and you actually get what you paid for.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the disappointment. I wanted to believe that DKOldies was providing us. I wanted to. Right? Because who wouldn't want that company? I don't know how any other people feel, but I would pay $100 extra more if it was properly refurbished and done right. You probably do the same thing too. Maybe not on an Xbox, but maybe like a PlayStation or even a Dreamcast.
Personally, instead of buying a refurbished console, I would probably pay money to have my current console refurbished. So even if I had to buy an older if I wanted to buy an older console and for some reason it wasn't working right,
Yeah.
I would probably look for a company that did refurbishing for those consoles, pay a little bit of extra money to have it done professionally.
Yeah, problem is I don't know any companies.
I don't know either. I've always done it myself, so.
But yep, thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to see more content like this, because I do random stuff nowadays. I do gameplay videos. I do adventure videos. I guess now I'm reviewing tech.
We do it all. That's pretty much me as well. I just do this for fun.
That's my motto. I do everything. Anything.
Okay.
Anything.
Bye.
Alright, if you want to see this console be properly cleaned and refurbished, link in the description for Devin's video. He'll probably get it up before me.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell. I'll see you in the next video where Unbearableboss fixes the DKOldie console. Bye.